November 7th is when another Seoul-Washington summit will be held. It's confirmed that U.S. President Donald Trump will be flying to South Korea for a two-day visit on that date. Connyoung starts us off with what would be the first state visit by an American leader in 25 years.
When U.S. President Donald Trump makes his maiden trip to South Korea on November 7th, he'll arrive to an official welcome ceremony with full military honors and a 21-gun salute. That's because his two-day, one-night visit to Seoul, which will begin in the morning of the 7th, will mark the first state visit by a U.S. president to South Korea in a quarter century.
As part of the U.S. president's state visit, the Blue House will hold an official welcome ceremony, which will be followed by a South Korea-U.S. bilateral summit and a joint press event on the 7th of November. Later in the evening, President Moon will host a state dinner with cultural performances for President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump.
The Blue House said U.S. President Donald Trump's travel, which will make him the first foreign head of state to visit South Korea since President Moon Jae-in took office in May, will underscore the two countries' ironclad commitment to their long-standing security alliance and reaffirm the two heads of state's personal trust and friendship. During the one-on-one in Seoul, the third of its kind for Presidents Moon and Trump, the two leaders are widely expected to discuss ways to further strengthen their decades-old alliance and bolster joint efforts amid rising tensions over North Korea's nuclear missile program. Mr. Trump's two-day itinerary in South Korea also includes a speech at Seoul's National Assembly where, according to the White House, he'll celebrate the enduring alliance and friendship between the United States and the Republic of Korea and call on the international community to join together in maximizing pressure on North Korea. Mr. Trump's trip to Seoul is part of his whistle-stop tour of Asia, which will also take him to Japan, China, Vietnam, and the Philippines, the last two countries for annual regional meetings, which will also involve President Moon Jae-in. In contrast to working visits, the costs for a state visit are shouldered by the host country. Now, the Blue House says a country gets only one state visit during a president's 5-year term in South Korea. Thus, an invitation for a state visit reflects the highest level of formality, honor, and hospitality between nations. Connyoung, Arirang News, the Blue House.